Hey everyone, this is KnockerFan90.
And hey there everyone, this is Halo3 Amateur.
And this time around we're going to be playing Jigsaw Madness for the Sony PS1, brought to us by XS Games and developed by Nippon Ichi Software.
Which you'll see in just a moment.
Now this game here is a spiritual successor to Nippon Ichi Software's earlier puzzle game, Pieces, which was released for the Super Nintendo, and it used the Super NES mouse. This game, it has the same premise as Pieces, but it focuses more on multiplayer gameplay than anything else. And really, it's quite interesting, and it's also the last game that Nippon Ichi Software would make that is nothing more than just a jigsaw puzzle game. Later on, they would really start making strategy RPGs like the Disgaea series, since that's pretty much what they specialize in. And for this run, I'm going to go ahead and do the puzzles with the sauna puzzles, which is about like 5 puzzles, and I'm going to do these on the medium puzzle piece difficulty setting, and I'm going to do it flawlessly.
We're probably going to do this one puzzle per video.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, because these puzzles, especially when you're trying to do them flawlessly, it does get to be pretty lengthy. Now, funny enough, this game came out in North America around 2001, 2002, somewhere around there, right at the end of the lifespan of the PS1, and it's right around the time when the PS2 was already out. However, the game in itself was released in Japan back in '96, right a year after the PS1 came out. And really, it's a unique puzzle game. If you're just your casual gamer in general.
I've never heard of this game until you introduced it to me.
Yes, it's one of those. It's one of those games where it was just something that Nippon Ichi Software just got started with at first, before they started getting into things like the Marl Kingdom series and the Disgaea series. After they made the several puzzle games such as this, they would go on to make the Marl Kingdom series, which there was only one game released in North America here. It's called Rhapsody, a musical adventure, and it was released for both the PS1 and the Nintendo DS, and it was the PS1 version published by Atlas, the DS version published by, of course, NIS America, though there have been reports that there were a lot of glitches with the DS version. And then, of course, after the Marl Kingdom series, they would go into Pucelle Tactics, which would become the forerunner to their best-selling series, which we all know as Halo.
Sorry, I was watching the video. I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry.
What's Nippon Ichi Software best known for?
Disgaea?
Yes, exactly, Halo. And, of course, Disgaea is probably one of her favorite, by far one of her favorite strategy RPG series out there. It's one of her favorites. I mean,
we're not called ThePrinnyGamers for nothing.
Absolutely. I mean, Disgaea is it's just so, dear Lord, it's just so amazing. I mean, everything is just great about it, even the humor to it. I mean, it's something that, just so outlandish, and it's just something that, you would just, you would just get pulled into and play. Now, a lot of people out there either don't know what Disgaea is, number one, or number two, they tried playing it, but they didn't like it because of the steep learning curves. But I will say, the learning curves for each of the games, it's not difficult to the point for the games being inaccessible. I mean,
well, the games are easy, yeah, but there is a lot of level grinding at some point in the game. I'm not going to spoil it, because we will, in the future, do a Let's Play of Disgaea 1 and maybe the other ones.
Yeah, that's what we're planning on doing as well. And also, for those of you out there who watched my intro video, I will say I actually picked up a PS2 version of Phantom Brave, so I'll be doing a review and walkthrough of that as well. And yeah, there you go. I also forgot to mention I do have ZHP Unlosing Ranger versus Dark Death Evil Man, and as soon as I look into that, I'll probably do something like that as well. Of course, all these reviews and walkthroughs I've pretty much got planned for us. It's going to take a course of a few years to try to get done because of us having to play through the games again, trying to find, you know, strategies and you know, what would be the best way, you know, to have a solid walkthrough. I mean, it's, you know.
My strategy is to max up 2 characters and 1 healer, and just go ahead and brute force.
Yeah, but let's say that for once our viewers have a kind of a visualization as to what we're talking about. Because Disgaea, it's kind of hard to really talk about without having a clear, good image of it. I mean, it's a strategy RPG. I mean, it's not something like, you know, your turn-based RPGs where, you know, back and forth. You attack, enemy attacks, you attack, enemy attacks, or anything like that. It's nothing like that. Yeah, it's a strategy RPG. It's not your typical RPG. And, you know, strategy RPGs, you know, there's several out there. There's Final Fantasy Tactics, Hoshigami, which is a bad example, but, you know, the music's alright in it. Some of the tracks make me want to fall asleep. Fire Emblem, that's another good one, which sadly we never got until the Game Boy Advance era. But and I have not played Fire Emblem yet. I want to, but I just haven't had the chance to.
I've played like 10 minutes of the Game Boy version. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a pretty alright game. However, if one of your characters dies in that game,
oh dear lord. Oh my lord.
So it does add quite a bit of challenge to it.
And so they're like gone forever?
Yeah, and the story changes as they die.
It's like Capcom's Sweet Home for the NES. It's, you know, of course, Sweet Home is a turn-based RPG, and it's survival horror as well. You know, if a character dies in that, they're gone for good, and you can't bring them back. And so forth, and, you know. But, let's see, as far as, other, you know, strategy RPGs are concerned, I mean, you've got those. You've also got the, Department Heaven series, which I'm a big fan of as well. Atlas and, Stinger are best known for those games. And above all, my favorite in the Department Heaven series has got to be Yggdra Union. I mean, a lot of people, everybody seems to have kind of a qualm with Yggdra Union, despite how good it is. I mean, there are almost any Department Heaven game out there has something that will tick a person off.
So many tutorials.
Exactly. Exactly. Millenor, will you please shut up? I swear. I mean, Millenor's tutorials are just too much, even though you can actually turn off the tutorials in the PSP version.
Yeah, I didn't know that at first. It pissed me the hell off.
Yeah, what Halo just said. Wow. Yeah, like I said, you know, each of the Department Heaven games can take a person off, you know, like Riviera with its dated graphics and, you know, and it being mostly visual novel-like as opposed to the other games in the series. Yggdra Union, of course, with, well, as Halo was talking about, the tutorials. The problem that I have with Yggdra Union really is just the limited save points. I mean, you having to save only in between a battle. Of course, Disgaea still Disgaea has that problem as well, but it's not as bad because the battles are usually rather fast-paced. But when it comes to Age Reunion, you know, it can take about 30 to 45 minutes to try to clear a battle map, and you know, you can't save during the battle. You have to save in between battle maps, and it gets to be kind of annoying. Nights of the Nightmare is another good one in that series, but some of the genres they try to, you know, combine with it's a little weird, I will have to admit, because I think there was like even some like bullet hex shooting in that, but yeah, I haven't played much of Gungnir to really say much about it. Gungnir is the latest that just came out on the PSP, and it's unique, but I really don't know how. I don't really have much to say right now because I haven't played it that much. I haven't had the time. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what we want to talk about as far as SRPGs. I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. Ogre Battle. Ogre Battle's another good one. It was kind of confusing at first for me because there was really no tutorials in the Super Nintendo version. I mean,
I've only watched playthroughs of that. I've never actually played that.
Yeah, remember how frustrated I got with, like, the first time I tried playing Ogre Battle, man?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, what the heck am I doing? I mean, I didn't even know what I was doing, and, you know, but then later on when I learned more and more of the mechanics, I was amazed. I mean, it's quite unique, and, you know, that's one of those rare gems that, you know, you can download on the Virtual Console on the Wii, and, you know, it's really fun to play. It's one of those that, you know, few people will probably experience in their lifetime. And as far as all of that is concerned, I mean, let's see. Have I played anything else? Ogre Battle 64 is alright. And, Tactics Ogre is probably the best in the series. I mean, nothing really to say much about it. I mean, it's just great. But, yeah. Yeah.
At this point in Let's Play, we would talk about the Let's Play itself, but all it is just putting puzzle pieces together. And,
yeah,
there's really not much to say about that.
Yeah, there's really no strategy for this game. there's no. Yeah, putting together a puzzle of hot anime chicks. I will say, you know, whoever drew this is indeed a freaking artist. I mean, this is actually some hot stuff here. But yes, same here. I mean, yeah, same here. I mean, I'll draw a little bit of anime as well. I mean, it's one of my hobbies, of course. Yeah, but that's it for the first part of the Let's Play, and this is Knocker Fan 90,
and this is Taylor Rapture.
and we'll see you next time. Sayonara.
Later, folks.